Welcome to day 27 of our school year. All right, let's get down our beginning fraction. Our denominator is 180 because that's the total amount of school days, and we are on day 27. Now we need to look at 27. Is that prime or composite? I can divide it by 3. So if I can find another factor other than 1 and itself, then that makes it composite. If you're not sure, you can always look over on your prime number sieve. 27 is not circled because it is composite. So that means we have to do the prime factorization for both our numerator and our denominator. If you forget prime factorization, we use our prime numbers. So I'm going to list my first 5, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Those are bound to work, at least one of them. 180 is even, so I know I can divide by 2. Half of 18 is 9, and then I have my placeholder. It's even, so I can divide by 2 again. I can't do half of 9, so I can go down to the next 10, which is 80. Half of 80 is 40, and then the 10 that's left over, half of 10 is 5. 4 plus 5 is 9, so I can divide by 3. I can get one group of 3 out of 4, and then I have 15. I can get 5 groups of 3 out of 15, so I get 15. That's divisible by 3. 3 times 5. 5 is prime. When I get it to a prime number, I am done. All right, 27 is not even, so 2 won't work. 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 is a multiple of 3, so 3 will work. 3 times 9. 9 is composite, so I need to keep going. I can divide by 3. I get 3. 3 is prime, so I am done. And it looks like I have 3 of the same factors, so that means 27 is actually a perfect cube. Just like similar to perfect squares, we have perfect cubes also when we have 3 of the same factor. Okay, let's write down our prime factorization from least to greatest. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5 is our denominator. And then our numerator is 3 times 3 times 3. So let's look for our common prime factorization numbers there. And it looks like we have 3 and 3. So that leaves 3 in the numerator. And then 2 times 2 times 5 in the denominator. 2 times 2 is 4, times 5 is 20. So I'm going to get 3/20ths. But our greatest common factor is 3 times 3, which is 9. So let's go ahead and make our groups of 9 in our model. Does not matter what your groups of 9 look like, just as long as you have shaded separate from your unshaded, and you have 9 in each group. Oops. Nine is a perfect square, so you can use your perfect squares if you want to. Okay, as long as you have 9 squares in each group, it does not matter what it looks like. If you need to just use counting, you can. It will work. it's better to get to the right answer slowly than the wrong answer quickly, but it'll take a little bit longer. If you can use some reasoning, generating patterns, like I know 10 take away 1 is 9, so I can make groups of 9 by cutting off 1 from each of those rows. Those are mathematical practices that can help you get to the answer more quickly. But again, if you get to a wrong answer quickly, that doesn't help us either. So it's more important to be precise than quick, but logic can help you be quick. All right, so we have our groups of 9. Let's find out for sure what our new denominator is. So I'm going to count up all my groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I have 1, 2, 3 groups shaded in. Now I'm going to use my algorithm to prove it in a separate way. I divided everything into groups of 9. So these are always going to be the same because the shaded was put in the same groups as the unshaded. Okay, now let's use our area model to help us with our division here. All right, let's see. I'm going to do 9 times 10 gives me 90. Number's the same, zero's the game. Here I have 18 take away 9. So I don't really need to regroup because I'd end up with a 0 here and then 18 over 9 anyway. 18 take away 9 is 9. And then to get 90, I multiply by 10. 10 times 9 is 90. Number's the same, zero's the game. 10 plus 10 is 20. So my quotient is 20. Here, let's say, if I didn't know that 3 times 9 was 27, how could I get to that same solution? Well, I'm pretty good at my 2's, so I could get up to counting by 2's and figure out what 2 times 9 is. That's 18. Here I have more on the floor. Go next door, regroup 10 more. 10 plus 7 is 17. 17 take away 8 is 9. Number's the same, zero's the game. And then 9 times 1. So even if you're not confident in all your multiplication facts, you can get to the answer. It's just the better you are at those multiplication facts, the more quickly you can get to that solution. 2 plus 1 is 3. We still need to check our answer with our inverse operation, which is our divisor times our quotient plus our remainder. Divisor times quotient plus our remainder. Since our remainder for both is 0, and the identity property of addition says when you add 0 it stays the same, I don't need to take the time to add 0 if it's just going to stay the same. 9 times 0 is 0. 9 times 20 is 18 tens. Because 9 times 2 tens is 18 tens, or 180. 9 times 3 is 27. Let's check and see if it matches our dividend. 180, that matches up here. 27, that matches here. Check, check. So our fraction, our numerator is definitely 3. Our denominator is definitely 20. Now 20 is one of those special numbers that I can easily, through multiplication, get that 100. So I can figure out my per through or thorough cent 100 through 100 per 100. I can do that by multiplying by 5, because 20 nickels makes $1, or 20 times 5 is 100. 100 cents if you were talking about those nickels. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 20 is 100. We get 15 hundredths. As a decimal, there's our 15 hundredths. Looks like 15 cents because there are 100 cents in a dollar, so 15 hundredths. And then as a percent, we have completed 15% of the school year because it's per 100. We have 85% of the school year left. All right, let's go ahead and fill in our data collection page. All right, we are in trimester 1 still. We are in week 7 now. Today's date, we have 9, 16, 19. And our fraction for today, let's write it really small. We got a few things to fill in. We have 3/20ths, which is equal to 15 hundredths, which is equal to 15%. So we've completed 15% of the school year. That means we have 85% left to complete. Let's go ahead and get out our number line. So we did groups of 9. Okay, so we have 1/20th, so we need 2/20ths. That's equivalent to 1/10. That was our simplest form. And today is 3/20ths. Nothing below it, but we do have an equivalent fraction in the 3's. And then here 27 180ths. So 3/20ths is our simplest form, or equivalent fraction in lowest terms. Go ahead and put your number line away, erase your worksheet, and thank you for joining me.